everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Texans coming in at 7-4. Going up against the Raiders, who come in at 9-1.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And a movement there coming from the middle of the line. And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, it's Miller. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson, and that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. shift together here from the D-line. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, here's Carr. And Cook has it, left side. Whoosh. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
And now a first down following that long gain. And some room to maneuver. 31 yards there and a first down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
For a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. From the gun, it's Carr. It's caught right side, it turns. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Lamar Miller. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go! Ryan 38!
Out of the gun, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So the offense has it first and 10. Counter, it's Miller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Again, it's Miller. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Watson just beating the play clock. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Jeff Locke now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check, 4 down.
Carr to throw on second down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And that'll make it third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Throwing his Carr on third down. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded inside the 5. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to roam now. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Carr throwing on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. First down carry now for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Room here to run. The second quarter score from KC. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr over the middle. Cooper with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And this is incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Carr. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's an 8-yard pickup. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now on first down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, it's Goodwin. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. Fight. The ball comes out, and this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they will accept the penalty and move forward. To throw on 3rd down. Carr looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter, and the Bears have scored to add on to their lead in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now it's Miller. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second down following the run. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it again with Miller. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. A third quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And the Giants are starting to pull away in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. That's pulled in at the 32. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down. Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. In the red zone this time. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. The play clock's running down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Washington, 3rd and goal. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. So a lot rides now on the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know, the field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So that one will be accepted. Getting late here in the fourth, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Four yards remaining now on second down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got some space here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Running back.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll run on the ball. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Let's go. 1, 9,
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Preston Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
One last throw here for Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Raiders, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Texans, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take